Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Right? The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth among the heathen that look like those heathen. And to the Akwath that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother MALCHAAMAH from the branch of the great millstone here in Chicago, coming at you another lesson in truth. And here, this is a video that was put up by Abba and Preach, Abba and Preach, and it's called Cat Williams Wasn't Lying. Video side by side, receipts included. So a lot of things that he said, he produced the proof to prove the things on theft on the certain things. But this is the focus of what Jake is. It wasn't no accident that this came out right as the year turned, with the Harvey Epstein receipts being dropped, with 5 more nations joining the BRICS, with missiles being fired, all sorts of domestic issues, and geopolitical issues. It's just so many things happening with prophecy and scriptures being fulfilled. Let me grab 2nd Ezra's the 9th chapter, and it reads, verse 1, 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. That's happening right now. All right? In different and all kind of weird and crazy places. Let's turn it off. And it says, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For it's like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right? Even so, the times also the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, in endings and effects in sign, and all the ending signs are here. But yet people are focused on things that really of no concern, man. Let's go to Ezekiel 2, 9, and 10. Let's go to Ezekiel 2. And it reads, and when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations, mourning, and woe. Lamentations and mourning and woe is upon the earth. Right? You got all manner of new diseases. The complete digital currency is being pushed. The dollar is officially dead, and is really going to show itself over these next couple weeks and months. All right, you got Ishmael over there, then linked up in Western Asia, blocking the which fraudulently and falsely called the Middle East. All right, but they're over there in Western Asia blocking trade. Bombs and missiles are being deployed. You're blowing up people. The militaries are being shifted around on the board. You got all the men in the war room, shifting their little men around. Okay. It's just so many things that are happening that are going to directly affect here in America, and they're set to set this digital thing is well in action and on its way. All right, and the digital system is going to be an extremely controlling form of oppression. All right, even like with the Title 4D, they're looking to change the rules and change it up. And they're going to have to, because now they're exposed of all how they're fraudulently enforcing it, and the things that they do to enforce it, and they're committing fraud, and now it's beginning to be known. All right. They're also going to make it in some states. They're going to make it. They're pushing for the mandatory blood tests at birth, DNA tests at birth. All right, because of all the DNA, because of all the child support. We're gonna call it Title 4D, what it actually is. Title 4D fraud. All right. And you got to understand that Title 4D is of a foreign entity. It's not even American. It comes out of The Hague. All right. And for anyone who might be listening or trying to open their mouth to have some sort of opinion, it is illegal and unlawful to place any American citizen under a foreign treaty. And that is a foreign treaty. So it is illegal to even enforce it here in America. All right, and they use statutes and codes to enforce it, which is not law. So it's not law. When people say, well, you have to, no, you don't. It's not law. It even says it's voluntary, just like taxes. And then that's what it says in their bylaws. I mean, I have the whole book. Where is it? Right here. I don't think I've ever showed it, but here. It's out of The Hague. All right, look at this. All right, the whole playbook is right here in my hand. The whole playbook. So all that information is in here, and I'm telling you, it's I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to go too heavy into that. I'm just using it as an example to prove the type of fraud that they're using and also the control, and they're going to change it because one of the things that they're going to do is they're going to, like I said, they're going to they're going to start having automatic DNA tests at birth. And then a lot of women are going to get caught up because a lot of women are committing fraud and having their husbands and boyfriends and men, support children or pay child support for children that is not theirs. Right? And I watched a couple videos wherein a couple people that worked in these crisis centers, couldn't even do it anymore with, listening to these heartbroken. I mean, just imagine, man, you love your son, you love your daughter, all right? She may even look somewhat like you, or because women typically have a type, and sometimes women will get with the guy that looks a lot like the guy that they were with before, all right? I've had that happen to me twice where I've seen exes with men that look like they could have been my first cousins, one of them even my brother. And I happened to meet him, and he even pulled me to the side and told me he was feeling some kind of way. He said, man, I'm feeling some kind of way because it's like she went out and got you all over again. All right? Because I was, heavy into the weightlifting and muscle bound back then. And the dude was, he was muscle bound, and he was a former Marine, and he was also into the fight game. So it's like she went out and found, he trained, he used to fight and train fighters. This guy, it's like she went out and found me all over again. And he even told me, man, I'm feeling some kind of way. Look, you could be my brother, man. This is kind of messed up. That's what the man told me. So women typically have a type, okay? So they, so there it is. So why a man could be fooled or believe that a child is hidden and it's not. And then they want to make these women, the women who do this, which is a lie. I think the guy said it was something like well over 30-something% of the people that are paying or not, or something to that effect. That's pretty high. And they want to make these women, they want to give them jail time for the fraud, which they deserve. And then they also want to turn around and make them pay back everything that's been paid to them. And so they don't want to hear that now, and this is one of the legislation that's actually being moved and talked about. And I forget what state. And then they also want to bring out these cards so that so the card with this digital, and that's the danger of this digital imprint. While everyone is working about the digital imprint that you leave, while everyone's worried about Cat Williams and what's going on in Black Hollywood and in the hood, and who was, and all the gay and homosexual type mentality, or the alphabet lifestyle stuff that goes with being a part of Hollywood, the Illuminati type. If we've all known this for years, it's no secret. And Cat Williams saying it, Alex Jones has been telling you. But even more than these guys, the men of the Lord have been telling you. All right? So now, and this is also, with all this being made bare, is also making Esau bare. That's the time that we're in. The prophecy's coming to pass. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that real quick. Because the Edomites control this, and it's true. You have to get down with them and do all these foul, unmanly things in order to get fame and make your millions. That's just the way it is. And so with them being exposed, these wicked jakes who did these things, they're getting exposed right along with Esau. But this is Isaiah 49, I think it's 10. And it says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. All right? Jumping up to verse 7, it says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? So their wisdom is vanished, because everything that they do, they seem to fumble the ball. All right? You see Shannon Sharp sitting there, but they seem to fumble the ball and get exposed. And all this stuff that these Israelites had to do in order to get down with Esau, well, they're all being exposed. So these niggas are being exposed right along with Esau, and that's the time that we're living in. All right, in order to get these things and guess in most professional sports, all of it's fixed too, from basketball to football to baseball. All right, it's all all of it's fixed, man. I don't believe in any of it anymore at that point. All right, there was one time, the fight game was pure, especially in the beginning when we were making pennies on the dollar to go out there and get in the ring and beat the shit out of each other. To literally, especially the old school rules when you can actually, vale tudo way, you can actually really fight. Okay, and we were making pennies and paved the way for all these guys to come along to make millions, and then they sit up and they orchestrate and cheat and throw fights, make side deals and back deals, and fighters throw fights and all kind of mess, or they just have corrupt refs. However they do it, they're doing it. So when it comes to baseball, football, boxing, MMA, it's all corrupt at this point, man. Nothing's pure anymore in America, and it's all entertainment. It's all distraction. The same thing they did in Rome, man. All right, they got you focusing on what's happening on the right side. You're never seeing what the wicked left-hand side is doing, man. That's what's going on. All right, it's an expose. How the things that Esau searched out. All right, through the men of the Lord, through the Holy Scriptures, and you can filter this all through the Holy Scriptures, man. All right, and a lot of things that they do in Hollywood, is complete and total witchcraft. And witchcraft is rebellious, and the crime for witchcraft is death. According to the Bible, said, "I suffer not a witch to live." And I'm trying to is that in Samuel 15:3, I believe, 1 Samuel or 2 Samuel, maybe it's 1 Samuel. Yeah, when Saul didn't do what he was supposed to do, they was rebellious, and like I said, and the sin of witchcraft. Rebellion is just the sin of witchcraft. Found it. It's 1 Samuel 15:23. Right, because these people want to trust and run down to Egypt. I get that too, and believe in the Illuminati, believe in Esau, Edom. All right, and basically sell their souls. And all the guys who said they wouldn't do this and wouldn't do that, he provided all the receipts to prove that many of them did exactly what they said they wouldn't do. All right, so I wouldn't be, and we know about all the unmanly stuff you have to do. Take the seed of another man in your in your orifice, in your mouth, or your boo-boo shoot. All right, but this is 1 Samuel 15:23, and it reads, "For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is an iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh, he hath also rejected thee from being king." All right, so Samuel lost his kingship. All right, over his sin. As simple as that, man. And rebellion is just the sin of witchcraft. So basically, all these Hollywood people, are a bunch of, and these professional sport entertainers, they're all a bunch of witches and warlocks, man. That's exactly what they are. Throwing up all the hand gestures and the symbols that are all demonic, and then they want to say, it's all a conspiracy. No, it's the mother freaking truth, man. All right? And I've come to find that the biggest people who complain about conspirators or conspiracies are the people who are most guilty of doing things or have the most to lose if those conspiracies are exposed. And when they are exposed, they've trained you up when you hear the word conspiracy to laugh, scoff, or swipe left or right to the next one. All right? They've trained you to do that so that you don't stumble upon the truth. But let me get this. This wasn't meant to be long. I just wanted to touch on this because this is if you can see I got the video on, and if you look over in the when you look over to the sidebar, it's just it goes on and on and on and on. If I was to scroll, it just keeps going. All right, it keeps going. So there's so many clips because it was a 2-hour interview. All right, but this is because it's about to be, literally war in the streets of America. America is on the verge of collapsing, all right? World War III is about to go full-blown where there are literally missiles flying from one country to the other. And this is what they're distracting you with. And they're about to, bring forth this whole digital thing, all right? Well, you can't even speak how I'm speaking now because your digital footprint. Everything you look up, everything you say, when you go to a job interview, they want all that now, so they can go and spy and look at your social media, what it is you're talking about, and things of that nature, man. All right, you've seen that in different television shows, like and programs. That episode of Black Mirror, with the pretty redhead white chick, Bryce, whatever her name is. All right. How her social credit score went down to the point where she couldn't even, rent a car or get an apartment anymore. Okay? But this is Isaiah 19. No, not 19. That's Egyptian versus Egyptian. It's 33. 30. Yeah. Yeah, Isaiah 33:1, and it reads, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots." All right, so going down to Egypt for help because you believe in this crooked Illuminati elite, Rothschild run system that's ran by the fake double JOOs. All right, who are all witches and warlocks. All those Masons are warlocks, man. The Eastern Stars, the women portion of it, they're all witches. Okay? And trust in chariots because they have militaries and all, and the Lord's getting ready to break all that. You got nations bucking up and doing things to America that 30, 40 years ago, they wouldn't even thought of doing that. All right? They wouldn't have tried to do those things to America in the early 90s, in the 80s, and the 70s. Okay? Especially the 80s and 90s. But it says, warn to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in the chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, nor seek unto their Lord, man. And all these guys have heard about and talked about the Israelites. See, there's receipts on Cat Williams here. There's a literal video with him speaking to the brothers on the highways and byways about him being an Israelite. And he acknowledged it and even said he believed it and he knew it. And many of them have. All right? Then they had to turn around and give public apologies, man. All right? So, and then you got these cats here in Chicago, the so-called notorious O-Block. All these guys have heard. Some of them O-Block dudes got whooped trying to deal with the men of the Lord, man. All right? But instead of flipping and following the Lord, they're gonna follow Islam, which is gonna lead them right to their death, man. All right, that Islam is a special kind of demon. Islam is not the truth. All right, and because when you to be into the nation of Islam, you have to believe in the Bible, and if you actually read the Bible condemns Islam just like it condemns Judaism and all other religions, man. Ishmael it was pushed to the wayside. The blessing fell on Isaac, and Isaac was an Israelite. Hell, Murph always tells the story of how the Islamic dude, the Ishmaelite, told him, you trying to get Murph to kick it with him and hang out with him, and said, Isaac was breaking bread with Ishmael. So they know, man. All right? Islam is not the way. That's not the truth. They came after everything. There's no prophets or nor prophecies in Islam. All right? Muhammad is not mentioned in the Bible. As much as they try to add him to it, he's not. All right? Matter of fact, let me grab one last scripture. You people with all these crazy philosophies, there is no other books that you can make. You cannot make the Quran or the Talmud or the Kabbalah, any book of any witchcraft. Now you got Christian witches. Christianity is witchcraft already anyway. So, but this is not Deuteronomy, but Isaiah 34:16, and it reads, "Seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read." All right. No one of these shall fail. None of the prophecies speak about prophets coming from Islam or prophets coming from the Kabbalah or Judaism. They don't match up. All right. None of these shall want her mate. For my mouth have commanded it, and his spirit it have gathered them. All right. So so there is no book to match with the book that I'm reading now, to go with it. All right. There's only one way out of this jam that we're all in, man, and that's through Yahweh Ba'ashem Nawashai. All right? Matter of fact, let me get one more scripture, one of my favorites, which I love to read. All right? Because we're going to find out as we get closer and closer to this chaos and the death that's getting ready to engulf Egypt/Babylon/Rome. All right? America's all those things spiritually. But this is 2 Ezra 16:73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. All right? You prove gold through fire. All right? And those of you who are covered for the Lord are going to turn to dust, be burned to a dust. All right? And be dust in the wind, like that old song. All right? As you blow away after you get burned up. All right? So with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham, Rakar Kodash, Kwam Yashra, Shalom.